Whenever you install new flooring, you're left with this awkward gap by the baseboard trim. Normally, you would have to rip up the baseboard, reinstall it after the new floor. That would involve miter saws, nail guns, caulk and paint touch-ups. That's too much work. Ain't nobody got time for that. The tool bros online will say you always have to rip up the baseboards to install the new floor. You don't have to do that. The gap is fine. However, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to cover that gap up. The gap is for expansion and contraction on a new floor, but there are easy ways to cover that up. This is my honest review of this rubber silicone flexible molding. This flexible trim can go around corners. It would be great for curved stairways, arches, complicated moldings, things like that. But is it a good solution to cover up the baseboard gap after new floors? As you can see, it's mostly a silicone or rubber product. It definitely has some give and flexibility to it. Also, the manufacturer has included the peel and stick on 2 different sides, so it should adhere well. It does say if you need extra help with adhesion to use a hot hair dryer. I'm a little concerned that the product came out coiled up like this. We'll see if it lays down flat against the trim. Also, the finish is very shiny and glossy. It might not be a perfect match for the baseboard trim. The product online I saw was available in white, black, or clear. For the installation, my tools are not complicated. A marking pencil and scissors. That's it. If it works, it will be an easy and quick solution. If you did remove your baseboard trim during flooring installation, you always run the risk of cracking the trim, damaging the wall, and gouging it. This will be an easy solution if it works. Now that I have it tied up against the left side, I'm going to come over here to the outside corner and use this pencil to mark the beginning of a 45-degree angle. Okay, I'm going to attempt to eyeball and cut with ordinary scissors. Okay, that is a clean cut. I don't know if it's a straight cut yet, but it is a clean cut. I'm going to back off a little bit more material there so we don't have too much extra. Okay, now let's cut the other side of that 45-degree angle. Honestly, it is cutting very easily with ordinary scissors. All right, for the first time, let's try to peel off the tape. The product actually did come with a little bit of a cleaning cloth to wipe down your trim if you need it. Okay, so far, first impressions, it's feeling very sticky. And the manufacturer label in the product did say if you need extra adhesion to go ahead and get a hair dryer to heat it up. Now, normally with traditional trims, you use caulking to fill your gaps and your mistakes, especially with white trim. It's really easy with white trim. Because this is the finished product, I think it's going to be unforgiving. That miter, I might not be happy with these scissors. I might have to go get a miter saw after all. A little bit of touch-up paint there. So far, it's actually stickier and stronger than I thought. That outside corner was decent, although I don't like that tiny little bit of visible gap there. A little bit of white caulk would fill that nicely, or go to my miter saw and get a more precision cut. Overall, I think it might work. It's nice and tight. There's no gaps on the straight edges at all. Your complications are only going to be the miters. It's a very, very flexible product. It's definitely easy to work with. I was impressed with cutting it with ordinary scissors. Let's see if I can do this bump out. Now on this one, I cut it and scribed it to the profile of this trim. And what they'll do is they'll close up the gap. It'll make it look like a perfect 45-degree mitered corner. And these corners tend to be more stable and last longer. You see, straight in, and then use the second piece to cover it and trick the eye into thinking that's a 45-degree angle. If you do a traditional 45-degree cut, you'll end up with gaps. I do find with this flexible product, as soon as I cut a 45-degree angle, I come back and cut off this back material. Otherwise, it sticks out too far. So kind of back butter and cut that extra material out. I did find out, they're calling it siliconized rubber. I did find out it's a soft product. Sometimes you can accidentally gouge it and nick it with scissors. So you do want to be careful with that. Okay, would I buy this product again? Perhaps, but I don't know. I do like working with wood, and I like the rigidity and firmness of wood, and also that I can fill it with caulk and fill the wood filler in the nail holes. But it did work. Adhesive on 2 sides. It is plenty strong. Where this product really shines is straight molding and curved molding. Easy to cut and easy to push it around those edges. However, cutting it for miters is a little odd because that same flexibility makes it difficult when you're cutting miters at a 45-degree angle.